So Justin was kind enough to put this together for us. So this is power trends that I thought looked potentially like what we've got right now. And you can see down at the bottom the different years. Um, and this line is well, why don't you explain your
Yeah,
chart and then
so
we'll
it's
talk.
lined up. This purple line, I lined it up to the day the power trend started. Now, keep in mind, as I mentioned, some of these power trends did go under pressure. Meaning that there was a distribution cluster, where you got like 4 out of 8 days in a row, 4 out of 8 days of distribution, or there was a break of the 50-day line. So the line is where it started, and the line ends where the power trend turned off. So that meant either there was a circuit breaker or the 21-day moving average line dropped below the 50-day line. And when I say circuit breaker, that means it was off 10. The NASDAQ, this is all on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ was off 10% from its high. And so those are kind of the basic rules. And then, I put them basically in chronological order. So you've got this really strong one in 1982. Remember, that's when the Fed had kind of broken the back of inflation, and it really started the almost 20-year bull market. And then you've got 85 here, 95 that we were talking about with George Kachuk. Also, you have 2003 that we talked about that day as well. I gave the example of kind of lining things up. You've got 2009, right after the financial crisis. 2010, there was a September 1st, 2010 follow-through day, a very quick rally that started in December of 2011 and was over by April. And then this really the longest power trend ever, that was after the election in 2016, with a very, you can see the angle isn't very steep on this one, but it was just steady. And the S&P 500, I think, didn't correct more than 3.4% this entire time from the high to the low, which is just like incredible. This power trend was over 300 days long. So over a full year. And then the current. Okay, Mike.
Well, I think it's just important to look at this stuff, and thank you so much for putting this together. I know it was last minute. That you want to look at history, and that's what Bill was. He was a historian, and that's all of us or around him became historians because of that. And so nothing is ever going to be identical, but you want to know what is normal versus what is abnormal. And so what we're going through right now is normal for these very strong power trends. So don't think, okay, it's run too far, it's over. Should we come down and test the 50-day? Probably shake out underneath it, like, in 04, 03, 04, 09. That's all normal. And that should happen. But you don't want to get overly defensive too quickly. And now, doesn't mean there's not times where you're going to back away a ton and have a little bit invested, but you want to be nimble, always have your watch list ready, and don't get in a negative mindset, because we had that terrible bear market. And it wasn't just the indices were fine, but for a while, but our stocks weren't fine. They were,
Growth was
breakout,
killed.
fail. It was, a lot of terrible action. So you get in this kind of mindset that, oh, it's, we're going to go right back into another bear market. Now, can we? Of course. But Bill taught us to do it day by day. Look at what's happening right now. Don't try to predict, but use history as a guide. And just, if Justin had put that together and we were the longest one ever, then you have a different mindset and you're thinking, okay, we should be looking for the exit, but we're just like, a third of the way through of what could happen based off of history. So you want to look at everything. It's an election year, all the stuff with Powell. Don't overthink it. You look at the 21-day, look at the market school stuff. If you haven't, I highly suggest getting the market school home study. Charles Harris, Justin, and I put blood, sweat, and tears into that. And I have one question on market school. Scott, you took it. What is a B for?
To sting you with.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love that joke, B though. So have an open mind, follow everything day by day, watch IBD live every day. Every last person on here and every guest you have are just gold. And I'm just so happy to be part of it again.
And just so people know that the line that I added here, Douglas in the chat, he asked if we could put a "You are here" line. So this is where we are right now as of yesterday's close, updated through yesterday's close. So you can kind of see for some of these, longer ones. Again, this was a short one that happened with the December 2011 follow through day. So this one ended quickly, but the others, I mean, we still had room.